video is going to be on this holiday look here. It's a very simple look, really easy if you only have a little bit of time. It's just a quick wing liner and a bold lip. If you guys are interested in how I got this look, please keep watching. For primer, I'm going to be using the Bobbi Brown Skin Smoothing Pore Perfector. Then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick. I am going to be using a generous amount of foundation. That's just because I do get red, and also I'm going to be using the Real Technique sponge. And when you use the sponges, they do pick up a good amount of your product. So that is why I'm going to be using a lot. For concealer, I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm just going to be dotting that under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, the forehead, and the chin, all of the high points of your face where you want highlighted. I'm going to be bringing that down into a triangle-ish shape. I'm also going to be applying a little bit on my lids instead of a primer or base. Then using the Kat Von D's Shade+Light palette in my Sigma F35, I'm going to be picking up those two light shades and setting all the areas where I just placed that concealer so I do not crease throughout the day. And then also for the people who have large pores down in the cheek, nose area, you could just take some of that powder, pack it on a little bit heavier, and that'll help minimize the appearance of your pores. Then for the brows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I'm in the shade Soft Brown. And I'm going to just zoom through this real quick because it takes me about 5 minutes to do my brows because they are so uneven. And there they are. With concealer and a flat brush, I'm just going to go through and clean those up a bit. Make them look a little bit more defined, trying to perfect them since they just are so uneven. Then onto the eyes, I'm going to be picking up Makeup Geek's Frappe on a big fluffy brush. The one I'm using is the Morphe MB23. I'm just going to put that in the crease of my eyes, buffing it out in like a windshield wiper motion and circular motion. And when I don't have so much product left on the brush, I'm going to just drag that down on the lid for a little bit more color. I'm going to do the same exact technique on the other eye. Then with my Mary Luminizer highlight, I'm just going to take that and put it on my brow bones and blending that down just a little bit onto the shadow. This way the transition between the highlight and the shadow is seamless. And then with a small detailer brush, I'm going to take the same highlight and pack that on my inner corner. And then just blending that out onto the lid just a smidge and also a little bit under my eye. Then onto the winged liner, I'm going to be using MAC Fluidline in Backtrack and a small angle brush. The one I'm using is Morphe M160. I'm just going to be applying that to my lash line first. This is just something I always do. I apply just the lash line one eye, the lash line on the next eye, and then I go into the wing. And then from the corner of my lash line, I take really short, small strokes and kind of map out about how long I want the wing to go. And then I just turn it back around, and with small strokes again, I bring it into my lash line. This will just give me the thickness of the wing. I prefer to do it this way. I feel like I have a little bit more control over the wing, being if I need to make it longer or make it a little bit thicker, straighter, I feel like that helps me in this way. And then you're just going to go in, do the same thing on the other eye. Don't worry if it's not perfect. You just keep going back and trying to perfect it. Some days you get it done in about 2 seconds, and some days you're spending about 5 minutes trying to perfect that liner. But it's all right because you just go in with a concealer and a brush and try to clean that up. As you can see me doing here, just using concealer in a flat brush, I'm just going to straighten out that line and make that wing as sharp as I can. And then to coat my lashes, I'm going to be using the MAC's Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash. This is my absolute favorite mascara. I have been using it for years. It actually comes with two different wands, one to separate and elongate the lashes, and the other to just make them really thick. Another positive about this mascara is it does not flake throughout the day. To contour my face, I'm going to be picking up those two shades from the Kat Von D palette on this angled brush. This is the MAC 168. I'm just going to be placing that in the hollows of my cheeks, a little bit on my cheekbones, just because sometimes I feel like my face does look a little chubby because I have such high cheekbones. This just will help give the illusion of a slimmer face. Again, using the Mary Luminizer, I'm just going to highlight the tops of my cheekbones and the apples of my cheeks. I'm using the e.l.f. blush brush. This brush is pretty awesome. The bristles on it are really soft. It does pick up a lot of product, but that's one of the reasons why I like it, because I like a strong highlight. Using the Ben Nye's translucent powder and this Morphe MB30 brush, I'm going to just be cleaning up that contour just to make sure it's straight and even on both sides, make sure there's no choppiness. I'm just going to be using like a tapping motion from the middle of my ear down to the corner of my mouth. You could also cut this up a little bit right by the cheeks and make it a little bit more rounded out. It all depends on your preference and your face shape. And then with a fluffy brush, just brush away the excess and voila, it's all cleaned up. For lashes, I'm going to be applying the Ardell 120 Demis. These are a pretty natural lash, as you can see, but they do have longer lashes towards the end, which will help emphasize the wing. As you can see, they do make a difference in the look. On a pencil brush, I'm going to be picking up the same shade that I used on the lid and buffing that into my lash line. This will just help define the eyes and make them look a little bit bigger. Now I'm going to be using a nude liner to line my waterline. This will also give the appearance of larger eyes. The liner I'm using is the Rimmel London's Nude Liner. Then for my lips, I'm going to be using the NYX Hot Red Liner. And I'm not just going to line my lips, but I'm going to completely fill them in. And then going over top of that, I'm going to be using the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in Outlaw. This is a really true red shade. I absolutely love it. Also, it will last a really long time. It will hold up throughout the whole entire day. Minus the center of your lips from eating, drinking, and talking. That is one of the reasons why I did fill my lip completely in with that liner, just to have a little bit of stain on my lips when that does tend to wear away. And then just to set my makeup, I use the Skindinavia makeup finishing spray. This one is in the Bridal spray, which is supposed to be waterproof, and it's also lightweight and oil-free. I've had no issues with it so far, and I do like that it's not sticky. some of the other finishing sprays I've used in the past did get a little sticky on the skin. And then I'm just going to coat my lower lashes. I do this step last because I do spray a lot that finishing spray on the face, which does get my lashes wet and sometimes will transfer it onto my skin, and I don't want that to happen. Well, that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please put those down below. And until next time, guys, bye.